And welcome to another RossPerry Productions video. Within this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the brake pad on a GSXR 600 to 750 K1 to K3 with the Tokico 4-pot calipers. First off, you're going to need to get yourself some nose pliers to pull out the pin from the back of the pad retaining bolt, which looks like that. You'll then need the 5mm Allen key to remove the pad retaining bolt. Withdraw the bolt fully and store somewhere safe. Get a 3mm Allen key to start removing the spring plate that actually pushes the pads back into position. No need to remove this fully at this point, just loosen the bolt. Get a 12mm socket or spanner, here I have a ratchet spanner, to loosen and remove the caliper bolts. Not only will the caliper be loose, but the original pad should pull out easily. Excuse the clumsiness, I'm not used to working with gloves. Now continue to withdraw the 3mm bolts holding in the spring retaining plate. Now, completely optional and personal preference, I like to get some brake cleaner and a toothbrush to carefully clean around each piston and around the whole caliper to make sure there's no dirt that's going to push back into the seals. Once you're satisfied that the caliper is clean enough and there's no grit or grime around the pistons, place to the side and get your new pads. My personal preference is the SBS racing pad, but that's due to my riding style and you may have your own preference. Compare the new pad to the old pad to make sure that all the backing plate is the same and the holes in the same position. Clean the spring plate previously set aside. Push the pistons back as far as possible. For this, you might want the top of the reservoir cap to be off to allow for the fluid to retract back into the reservoir. Now clean the pad retaining bolt to make sure that the pads can slide freely across it. If it is pitted or damaged, you may want to buy a new one. Place the new pads together with the brake inside on the inside, and then slide the pads gently into the caliper. Take your pad retaining bolt and make sure all of the holes line up and slide in and start to do up by hand. Using your 5mm Allen key, do up as tight as possible without stripping the thread. Slide the pads apart and make sure that they're backing onto the pistons. Put your finger between them, then place the retaining spring back into position and start to do up the 3mm bolts. Do not over tighten, as it will twist the plate and lose its effectiveness. Now that everything is back in position, recheck the retaining bolt and then slide the spring clip back into the retaining bolt. Using something clean and flat, make sure each of the pads is back into the piston and then gently slide the caliper back over the disc brake and into position. Line up the caliper holes and start screwing the 12mm bolts back into position. Finish tightening with a 12mm socket or spanner, making sure you can get them as nice as tight without stripping the thread. And there you go, that's one caliper completed on the GSXR 600 K2. Thank you for watching, and if you found this video helpful, give me a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel for more videos to come.